Good morning and everyone. So today we start the question. Today we start your new topic, which is increasing and decreasing function. Increasing and decreasing function. So first you let me see the meaning of that with the help of diagram, and also here you find some of the condition. Some conditions are there when you applying there to getting whether your function is increasing or decreasing in the given interval, or you also find the interval in which the function is increasing or decreasing. First of all, here you assume let any function, real valued function y is equal to fx is given, and here suppose x is belongs to any open interval a b. Suppose here it is given x is belongs to any open interval AB. If you are talking about increasing function, so first of all, I discuss with you about increasing function. Okay. So just you see about from this graph, suppose here you have x and y axis, and yes, here you have a curve which is taken just like increasing. Here you have suppose just like increasing function, and that curve is taken as y is equal to fx, and suppose that be defined within the interval suppose x a to b. Here you have x is equal to a, and here you have x is equal to b. Understand? So that function is said to be increasing whenever, if you are taking the value of x, means different values of x on the number line, and corresponding values of fx are also increases, then you are saying that that function is increasing function. Understand? So suppose here you take 2 points, x1 and x2. Suppose here you take x1 and x2 are 2 points, and your corresponding values are here fx1 and fx2. Fx1 and fx2. So if you see this figure, here you find that if x1 is less than x2, then fx1 is also less than fx2. So if such type of conditions are there, or maybe there be some of the situation in which you can say that it be equal also, if you that is draw the curve like that. So in this case, that is also said to be increasing function. So if you join them in this way, so you can say that this is also the situation of increasing function. Understand? Here you take in this way. Suppose just I shift it, that way x is equal to b, and x2 point is given here. Okay. So in such some of the point here you see that the values of the functions are equal for the different values of x. Okay. For increasing function, here you defined as, so you write let y is equal to fx and x belongs to ab, and here you taking here x1 x2 belongs to ab, such that x1 less than x2, such that x1 less than x2. Understand? Here you take 2 points x1 and x2 which belongs to its domain, such that x1 less than x2 implies fx1 less than fx2, then fx is increasing function less or equal to fx2. You write in this way, and then fx is increasing function. So in this situation, you can say that the function is increasing function. So you note that point. This is the condition for the increasing function. Understand? Now, if you having that is a different curve like that, under the same condition, suppose you have a curve like that, and it is and just I write in this way, and suppose that we this curve is also increasing, set to be increasing. And suppose that we define for x is equal to a to b. Suppose that is its domain, x is equal to a and x is equal to b. That is its domain. And here you are taking a point x1 and x2. So here you see that your corresponding values of function are not equal to fx2. Means fx1 not equal to fx2. So under this situation, if you are saying that x1, x2 belongs to AB such that x1 less than x2 and the value of fx1 is less than fx2, so fx is said to be not increasing, but that is known as strictly increasing. So you write here word strictly increasing function. So in this case, your function is said to be a strictly increasing function if you have this type of situation. Yes, write it. So that gives the value of fx1, and here you have the value of fx2. So such type of condition is of a strictly increasing function. Okay. Yes, write it. Who is Binod? Yes, please told me. Okay. Here you have the condition for strictly increasing and strictly decreasing function. Now you come to decreasing function. So all that are its primary definition. So if you're talking about decreasing function, just see the graph of that. Suppose here you have x-axis and y-axis, and just make the graph like that. So that is your decreasing function. And suppose the function is defined in between any domain A and B, and here you take any 2 points. Suppose here you take any point x1 and here you take any point x2. So in case of decreasing function, you have your solution, and that point is in which way? X1 is less than x2. That be shown in this figure. So yes, you're right. X belongs to AB, and here you write x1, x2 belongs to AB. Means here you take two distinct points from its domain, such that x1 less than x2. X1 less than x2 implies fx1 greater than fx2. Fx1 greater or equal to fx2, then fx is decreasing function. Fx is decreasing function. Okay. Fx is decreasing function. You can write open interval AB. Decreasing function. Yes, yes.
Sir, if x1 is less than x2, then why we are taking fx1 is greater than equals to fx2?
Okay, there we actually, here I take point x1 and x2, but there is a possibility if you write here x1, then means there be a situation for that interval, means there be some points which are equal, at which the values of fx1 and fx2 both are equal. Under this condition, you can say that be decreasing, but overall the function is decreasing. Understand? But that is not said as strictly decreasing. Getting my point? In case of strictly decreasing, no any values of fx1 and fx2 are equal. But in case of decreasing only, there be a possibility that at some of the values of x, you have the same value of fx. Understand? So that's why here
yes,
I take, yes. So that's why I take here the inequality like that. Okay. So you write the definition for decreasing function. In the same way, if you have here only strictly decreasing function, so you draw here your next graph. Here you have x-axis, y-axis, and just see it. Yes, this is your strictly decreasing function. And in this case, if you are taking here point x1 and here you are taking point x2. So just you see your figure, here you see that x1 is less than x2, but the value of fx1 is greater than fx2. Value of fx1 is greater than fx2. Under this condition, you can say that the function is strictly decreasing. Okay. Under this condition, you can say that the function is strictly decreasing. Okay, so you write that fx1 only greater than, yes, right, correct it. fx1 greater than fx2, then fx is, you insert here, strictly decreasing function. Strictly, yes, write the symbol of decreasing here. Strictly decreasing function. Okay, write it. Any doubt? So here you have the concept which is completely based on the definition of that. The word is strictly decreasing, strictly increasing, and all that. Okay, but here all you are studying about the application of derivative. So with the help of derivative, how you check it whether your function is strictly decreasing or strictly increasing. Okay, just see all that concepts with the help of figure. So here you have, first you that means write your heading, condition for increasing and decreasing function. Condition for increasing and decreasing function. Okay, so that is your heading here. So just see here. Here you have a graph of, suppose I take any increasing function. Suppose just you take like that. So here you have increasing function, and that we defined in any interval, open interval AB. Yes, you write here AB interval, and if you are taking here any point P, and this point, if you draw the tangent, means dy by dx. So you find that the tangent at this point, when you have increasing function, and if you take any point P on the interval AB and you draw a tangent on it, so that tangent makes angle theta in the positive direction of x-axis. So this value of theta is always less than 0, means acute angle. Understand? Acute angle. So you can see that the value of f dash x under this condition is always greater than 0, means positive. And you can write here equal to also. So greater or equal to 0 in case of increasing function. So that be your condition. Means if you have a function only strictly increasing, so that be only greater than 0. Okay. But if you have a function increasing function, so in that case, that value should be greater or equal to 0. So here you write some points regarding that. So you write, if in first point you can write, if f dash x greater than 0 for all x belongs to AB, then fx is strictly increasing in AB. Yes, right. Strictly increasing in AB. And second point, if f dash x greater or equal to 0 for all x belongs to AB, then fx is only increasing function in open interval AB. Open interval AB. So this is the condition for the strictly increasing and increasing function with the help of derivative. Only you have to check its sign, whether it is positive or positive or negative. You will have the condition for strictly increasing or decreasing. In the same way, if you have f dash x less than 0, if f dash x less than 0, so what you have in that case? Yes, yeah, that be strictly decreasing function. and f dash x less or equal to 0, so you have fx is decreasing function. Okay, so you note it. So just I draw the graph for that to build up the concept how you take here derivative negative for decreasing function. Okay. Just see your graph here again for decreasing. Suppose here you have x-axis, y-axis, and here you draw a graph, yes, which is decreasing function, and you take any point P on it and draw the tangent to it. Draw the tangent to it, and you know the slope of tangent is the angle, tangent of the angle means tan of angle makes positive direction with x-axis. So here you see that that is your anti-clockwise direction, which is taken as theta, and that angle is obtuse angle. So you can say that that value of theta is greater than 90 degree, greater than 90 degrees. So what does it mean? F dash x is less than 0. Obtuse angle means the value of tan becomes negative. So that's why you can take here f dash x less than 0. Okay. So in this way, here you write your third point. This is your third point, and you write here f dash x less than 0 for all x belongs to this one. So in this case, you have a strictly decreasing function in AB, and in fourth point, you write here if fx greater or equal to 0, in place of greater or equal to, you write here less or equal to 0, and your function is only decreasing function. So that is your fourth point. Okay, so you write all that condition. So just you write जल्दी से लिख लो बेटे इसके बाद दो और इसमें concept हैं. So after discussing all that, you're trying to solve the questions based on it. Done? लिख लिया आप लोग ने?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so write next point. Write next point. If f dash x greater than 0, yes, right. So just I write it here. Yes, you write in fifth point also. If f dash x greater than 0 in AB except for finite point, except for finite number of point, finite number of point where f dash x is equal to 0, where f dash x is equal to 0, then fx is strictly increasing function. Fx is strictly increasing function. You write this point. Fx is strictly increasing function. If f dash x greater than 0 in AB except for finite number of points where f dash x is equal to 0, then fx is strictly increasing function. In the same way, you write it for writing here less than. If f dash x less than 0 in AB except for finite number of points, finite number of points where f dash x is equal to 0, then fx is strictly decreasing function. Strictly decreasing function. Yeah. So here you have all the conditions related to that means increasing function and decreasing function. Understand? So I think that we easily understand by you, and yes, you can understand more if you solve the questions based on it. Okay. So you solve here different types of question to build up the concept, how you prove the questions regarding that. Everyone noted?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, beta.
Yes, sir.
So write the questions based on it. Okay, right. Prove that fx is equal to ax plus b. Prove that fx is equal to ax plus b is strictly increasing if a greater than 0. If a greater than 0, you have to prove that. Means the given function fx is strictly increasing if a greater than 0. So what you do? First you differentiate it. So find its differentiation f dash x. So the value of f dash x is equal to what? A. Its value is a. और b के लिए क्या हो गया? 0. So you write the condition. Since for strictly increasing function, what is your condition? dy by dx, or you write f dash x greater than 0. This is the condition for strictly increasing. Now putting the value of a, f dash x, your f dash x value is a, so you have a greater than 0. This proves your result. So here you applying the condition for strictly increasing f dash x greater than 0. Now putting the value of f dash x, you find that a greater than 0, and this proves your result. So here you see that your question is easy. Only you have to learn the concept, and yes, the concept of inequality also. You have also know the concept of inequality. Okay, right. Next question. Prove that fx is equal to 2 upon x plus 5. 2 upon x plus 5 is a strictly decreasing function. Here you have to prove that fx is equal to 2 upon x plus 5 is strictly decreasing. है ना? So how you prove that it is strictly decreasing? अरे कौन है विनोद नाम का भाई? Okay, so this is your strictly so how you prove that it is strictly decreasing? So first of all, you that means differentiate your given function. So differentiate it. you find the value of f dash x. So the value of f dash x is equal to minus 2 upon x square. You can write in this way. Understand? So this is the value of its derivative. Now what you know the value of x square is greater or equal to 0 for all x belongs to real number. That is, for all x belongs to real number, that be greater than 0. But if you write for 1 by x square, so x is in denominator, so it can never be 0. So you can write that be only greater than 0. So 1 by x square is greater than 0. Okay, so what about minus 1 by x square? So inequality change. So you have that be less than 0. And here you have less than 0. So what about minus 2 times of x square? So that be less than 0. Okay, and that gives the value of f dash x. So the value of f dash x is less than 0. Understand? So this follow your condition. Your derivative is less than 0. So you can write fx is strictly decreasing function. Fx is a strictly decreasing function. This proves your result. Understand, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so write a similar type of question. Prove that fx is equal to x cube minus 6x square plus 15x minus 18 is strictly decreasing increasing, not decreasing. You write strictly increasing on R. Strictly increasing on R means for all real number, that be strictly increasing. So how you prove? First of all, you differentiate it. So the value of f dash x is equal to 3x square minus 12x plus 15. Understand? And then you're trying to make it as a perfect square. So what you do? You have to take 3 common. So you have x square minus 4x plus 5. Okay? अब इसका perfect square अगर आपको बनाना है तो क्या करोगे? X square minus 4x. Now taking the half the coefficient of x. So here your coefficient is minus 4, but you have to take only positive value. So 4 is there, so taking its half, so that is 2. So you squaring of 2 and subtract it, minus 4 plus 5. Okay, so that can be written 3 into x minus 2 whole square plus 1. Now you multiplying that by 3 also. So 3 into x minus 2 whole square plus 3. So that gives the value of f dash x. That gives the value of f dash x. Understand? Now what you do? Here you have your perfect square. So x minus 2 whole square is greater or equal to 0 for all x belongs to R. You know that. That complete quantity is greater or equal to 0. If you are putting here 2, that becomes 0 also. So if you multiplying by 3, so 3 into x minus 2 whole square is also greater or equal to 0. No problem. And here just you see in f dash x 3 is added. So here you adding both side 3. So 3 into x minus 2 whole square plus 3 is greater or equal to 3. So if you have that complete value of derivative f dash x is greater or equal to 3, so what does it mean? That can never be 0. That is not 0 ना. ये तो f dash x की वैल्यू क्या आ रही है? 3 आ रही है, उससे बड़ी आ रही है. So this implies you can say f dash x is greater than 0. You can say that is f dash x is equal to greater than 0. Okay, so what is your result? So fx is increasing function. This prove your result. So you write here strictly increasing word. Fx is strictly increasing function in R for all real number. So you write it for all real number. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So just I give you same type of question. Here you applying also the property. So maybe sixth or fifth property here you applying. Yes, right. So that the function f given by yes wait. So that the function f given by fx is equal to x cube minus 3x square plus 3x is strictly increasing on R. Is strictly increasing on R. You have to prove that. Okay. So differentiate it. F dash x. So that is equal to 3x square minus 6x plus 3. Now you're trying to that means reduce it in a form in a perfect square. So taking 3 common, so you have x square minus 2x plus 1 and is equal to 3 into x minus 1 whole square. X minus 1 whole square. Okay. So how you prove that complete quantity is strictly increasing, and here you have 3 times of x minus 1 whole square is equal just you see one thing. If you are putting here x is equal to 1, means the complete x minus 1 whole square is greater than 0, means that complete quantity is greater or equal to 0. But if you are putting here x is equal to 1, understand, means it be greater or equal to 0, means greater than 0 for all values of x. But if you are putting here x is equal to 1, the value of f dash x becomes 0. Okay, so this satisfying your fifth condition which you written here, means the value of derivative is greater than 0 but for the finite number of points. So here point is what? X is equal to 1. X is equal to 1. The value of f dash x becomes 0. So you can say that fx is a strictly increasing function. Fx is a strictly increasing function. So you write in this way. Yes, you can write here. Since here you have perfect square number, so you can explain it in this way. So that complete quantity is greater or equal to 0 for all x belongs to R. For all x belongs to R. Understand? Here you have greater or equal to 0. If you are that means getting your result as per condition, so here you find that hence f dash x is greater than 0, that will be positive, except x is equal to 1. Except x is equal to 1. Understand? So if you are putting x is equal to 1 here, your value of f dash x becomes 0.
0.
Yes. So right, accept x is equal to 1. So it's prove your result. Fx is strictly increasing function. Is increasing function. You can write in this way. Strictly increasing function. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so you write next one. Prove that fx fx is equal to 3x plus cos 3x. Yes, right. Fx is equal to 3x plus cos 3x. 3x plus cos 3x is increasing on R. Is increasing on R. You have to prove this result. So, taking its derivative, f dash x is equal to 3 minus 3 cos 3x, 3 sin 3x. Any doubt? So, in this way, you can write, now taking 3 common, so you have 1 minus sine of 3x. And you have to prove that that complete function is increasing on R. Okay. So what do you know about sine 3x? So sine 3x is greater or equal to -1, less or equal to 1.